Hey there everyone, welcome to Violet's Dream Tarot. So today we're going to be doing the general January predictions reading. I will also be doing a separate love reading for January predictions. That'll probably be the next video that is released on the channel. So as I said, this is going to be general. We'll see what areas of your life are coming up as a focus and what messages are coming through for you in January. And today is a special video because I am doing a giveaway today. So for 48 hours after this video is released, and if you're not sure, you can check below what date and possibly what time it was released, I will be doing a giveaway. So that's 48 hours to enter. And the giveaway is to win a free personal reading with me. So there's no theme for the reading. You can choose whatever question you'd like to ask. And this is open to everyone who's watching this today. So there are a few different ways to enter so that you can maximize your chances if you'd like to. So one way to enter is to be a subscriber and comment below saying that you'd like to enter. Another way to enter is to head over to my Instagram page, be a follower over there, and comment on the giveaway post saying that you'd like to enter. And everyone on Patreon, doesn't matter what tier you're in, but all of my patrons will get to enter a third time as well by commenting on the post that I make over on Patreon about this giveaway as well. So patrons can enter 3 times, everyone else can enter twice. And yeah, it's very simple. You just need to be subscribed or following me, and comment on Instagram and or on YouTube to say that you would like to enter, and then after 48 hours I will put all of the entries into a random online generator and I will be picking a winner, and that will be announced on Instagram, on Patreon, and also on YouTube as well. So stay tuned for that. And obviously if you're on YouTube, I'll try and reply to your comment. If you're on Instagram, I'll reply to your comment there, etc. So very excited to do that. Good luck to each and every one of you who does enter the giveaway, because I did this before for a different thing and it was really fun, and plenty of entries as well, so it's going to be super interesting for me to do this again. It was definitely really fun before. So that's what we're doing. I'll put more information below if you are a bit confused as to how to enter. That'll be in the description box. And let's take a look at the piles that we've got today. So as I said, it's January general predictions. I want to give a big thank you to all of my lovely subscribers and to all of my lovely patrons as well, including Alexandra, Kelly, Joan, Cara, Mia, and Nicole. Thank you so much to each and every one of you for the support and love that you show to me. So let's take a look at the piles today. I've got these really cute sort of wintry, Christmassy, happy families on the piles, and I've tried not to choose ones that were Christmassy in nature. These are just wintry. So on pile 1 we have Master Cherub and the Tarot of the Divine. And just think to yourself, what's coming up for me in January, or what can I expect from my January 2022. Pile 2 we've got Mr. Snowman, and he's curling with a broomstick, and we've got the Ramses Tarot of the Divine. Sorry, Ramses Tarot of Eternity for pile 2. And over on pile 3 we have Miss Robin, and there's a cute little worm there, and we've got Tarot in Wonderland for pile 3. So take your time, choose intuitively, don't choose your favorite deck of cards or your favorite picture, just choose based on where you're feeling drawn with your intuition. You might feel tingly when you look at a certain pile, or you might not be able to look away from a certain pile. That will give you your most accurate reading, and at the end of the day that's what we want. So when you're ready, I will get started with pile number 1, and good luck again to everyone who enters the giveaway today. Hey there group 1, welcome to your reading. If you chose Master Cherub, it's a really cute little wintry card, and the Tarot of the Divine, this is going to be your reading. So we'll see what's coming up for you in January. And if you're entering the giveaway, good luck. I would love it if you would subscribe if you haven't already. That means that you get notified whenever I release a video, and it also helps out my channel as well. So group 1. Okay, so we have got the 2 of Wands, we've got the 9 of Swords, the Star, and the Four of Cups. There's an interesting mix of cards there. I can see Aquarius energy coming through so far in your reading. We might get some more as we go through the reading as well. Basically, there's a sort of a push-pull that I'm seeing in January. I'm seeing both like worry and boredom, but also expansion and healing. So with the Four of Cups, there's a sense of dissatisfaction, or there's a sense of boredom or apathy or lacking in energy generally. Then with the Nine of Swords, we get a sense of worry, and that can also point towards mental fatigue rather than specifically worry. It can just be stress. It can be not having the bandwidth to deal with things mentally because you've got so much going on, or you're very low on energy. And then we've got the Two of Wands, this symbol of progress, and this is Janus, the god Janus, after which January is named. It's named after that deity because he is the god of doorways, and as you can see, he's got two faces, and one's facing in front and one's facing behind, usually. So as we leave behind one year and enter another, that's why we have January named after Janus. So it is like you're very much evaluating what you're doing, and I can see that you want your life to improve, you want things to get better, you want to be happier, or you want to be more fulfilled in your daily life. Maybe you're very aware of areas where you require healing or where you could use some healing. But I still sense a sense of pessimism, or a sense of maybe a lack of energy or enthusiasm towards putting this healing or putting these new behavioral systems into practice. You know, I kind of get this vibe of, this is what I'd like to do, or this is what I know would be beneficial, but I'm tired all the time, or I don't really have the drive, or I can't really be bothered. That's a little bit of the vibe I'm getting. So it's like you're fighting your energy levels, your sort of idealism and your motivation is fighting your energy levels in January, is the feeling I'm getting. So let's start with your oracle cards. Okay, so Archangel Gabriel says gratitude. You attract more blessings when you appreciate your current blessings. Now that is very, very interesting, because the Four of Cups can be read as taking things for granted. And the Nine of Swords can also be a time where you're sort of worrying so much about things that might not come to pass that you're neglecting to enjoy the things that you do have, or to be grateful for those things, or to really appreciate those things. So it's interesting that that's what Archangel Gabriel is saying, that when you show gratitude more often, which chimes with the Star card, then you experience more blessings, more abundance, which is where the Two of Wands is coming in, this progress and this expansion. You have Lamb. That's a really cute card, and obviously it sort of represents new beginnings, being that it is a baby animal, but it's also very connected to the spring. It's kind of like you're hoping the winter will leave you behind soon, or you're sort of fed up maybe with the weather in January and you want to move forward into the spring. You want to look forward to new beginnings, but you're maybe struggling to garner the enthusiasm for that when everything's dark and cold and wet, and you know, January is often a time when people have no money. So it's like you're thinking, I have all of these ideas, or I have an understanding of where I need to improve my life, but I just can't get the enthusiasm at the moment. Maybe a little bit further into the year I will. The chess game. Three of Keys, that's a very interesting card. The chess game is where you are having drama or conflict with other people, and especially when it's a group of people that are involved. So it's not so much used for sort of one-to-one arguments and conflicts. It's more a card that comes up where maybe we are having a dispute with someone, but loads of other people are getting involved, like both families or friendship groups and things, or it's a conflict within the family, or there's a big drama going on in the friendship group or at work amongst all the colleagues. You know, it's where you feel like everyone's got something to say even if they're not directly involved in this, everyone's got their opinion and they're really not shy about sharing it. So it's kind of like, what do I do? You know, I'm surrounded by all these people who are irritating me or who are bringing me down. And I just want to get away from that. That could be where the Nine of Swords is coming in as well. And the Four of Cups with the sense of disillusionment, you know, like there must be something better than this. We're going to get you a message from the masculine and feminine in January. So your message from the feminine is Ben 10, creative luck. Interesting. So your creativity being a way to improve your abundance in January. I also like that it's talking about luck in general, that you do have the opportunity to make magic happen in January. It's just about motivating and rallying yourself. And your message from the masculine is very fittingly Aries, war. Very, very interesting. So you could be, you know, in warrior mode, and possibly, given that that's your message from the masculine, you could be experiencing a dispute with a masculine energy. So a man or a woman who has predominant masculine energy, because we all have both within us, but there's usually one that's dominant. It's rare that they're perfectly balanced. So yeah, could be representing the person that you're having a battle with, or representing that your experience of the masculine in this month is connected to conflict or drama or game playing, intrigue. You've got Goddess of Oneness here, which is a nice card that represents someone who is sending you love and strength from afar. So it could be that you confide in someone who is not physically around you at this time, and they send you good vibes and they send you their love or their support or their strength from afar. It could be that you've got, for example, goals that you want to achieve, and you're using a friend or even someone that you maybe don't really know online to keep you accountable to those goals. You know, like for example, if you want to read more books, joining a book club, or doing it in tandem with a friend or someone online who has a similar goal can help ensure that you stick to that goal. Or if you're trying to lose weight or go to the gym more often, having a friend to keep you accountable to that can help you boost your motivation. And you also have Field of Dreams. I really like this card because it's reminding you that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and you may have things that you want to achieve in this year that are very overwhelming or seem overwhelming or massive changes to you, and it's just reminding you to place your focus back on the here and now. Just as we mentioned gratitude, and just as we mentioned not worrying so much about things that you're neglecting to enjoy your day to day. And also I think in many ways with the Lamb card, because as I said, that's a baby, and you know, how overwhelming and sensory overload and huge must the world feel to a baby's eyes. And the lamb obviously has connotations of feeling weak or feeling small, feeling vulnerable, or appearing that way. You've actually got a lamb or a little goat on that card as well. And so it's about reminding yourself that you don't need to do all of that at once. You can just take your baby steps now, take your small steps towards your goals or towards coming to a decision, maybe, if that's what January or this year is going to entail for you, and just worry about the future later, basically. So here you have Fist, Gislip or Heder Shot, and that means party, let go and have fun. So let your hair down a little bit in January, give yourself permission to not worry so much about things. I definitely get the sense that there are people around you, or there's an environment around you that's getting you down. And the important thing to do is to do your best to ignore that energy, or to pull yourself consciously away from that energy and just have fun. You know, I think this goes back to the creative luck card, and the star, obviously, of course, as well, and the lamb. Doing your best not to be ruled by that energy. So we've got number 59, der Götze des Chaos, the idol of chaos. And number 26, Gottes Wille, God's will. So this is nice. It's very much letting go, as we mentioned with the party card. It's sort of like, you know, acknowledging that there are things in your life that you can't control and not feeling damaged by that. Like with the idol of chaos, that's when you just get swept up in the chaos and you feel completely at a loss. You don't know what to do. It starts to panic you. You start to get extremely stressed. You start to really, really worry about what's going on. Whereas when you just sort of accept it and let it happen and not fight the change, but just focus on the things that you can control, that is oddly empowering, and it gives you a much better chance of surviving that change without being damaged for very long or without needing to take a lot longer to come to terms with it. And God's will fits very well with that. It's just like saying what needs to fall away will fall away, what needs to change will change, what needs to remain with me will, etc. And I'm not going to fight it or, you know, try to fight against fate or change circumstances that really don't need to be changed, you know? Weisheit. Alles Wissen liegt bereit in dir. Du musst dich nur daran erinnern. So wisdom. All knowledge is already waiting within you. You only have to remember it. The only thing you need to do is remember it. It's not about learning, it's about remembering. So connecting to your intuition, connecting to your higher self, and just, I feel like breathing, remembering to breathe. It feels like you're very capable in January of getting very stressed and panicky, and so that's when you can't hear your intuition because you're, you know, so stressed and so panicked. And once you just calm down and listen and calm your mind, calm your energy, your body, your heart, then you're able to hear it. And then it's like, it's been there all along. It's not even learning something new. It's just listening to my body, listening to my energy levels, listening to my higher self and my intuition, my guidance. Keep dropping cards today. So this one says, "Я вас слушаю." I'm listening to you. And it is the 7 of Diamonds. So "Я вас слушаю" basically means having someone there to hear, someone there to listen and be supportive. And that goes back to the goddess of oneness, definitely, because I do feel as though in January there's someone who, even if they're not physically there a lot of the time, they're able to support you still. And you really value the support that they give and the energy that they bring to your daily life. Whoa. Okay, you've got a lot of cards there, but I guess let's take them all. Why not? So we have got the Sacred Temple in the reverse, the 5 of Spirits. So feeling disrespected, feeling like what is sacred to you has been overlooked. We have the 8 of Intentions, discovery. We have new supportive connections, the 8 of People. Very interesting. We've got the victim mentality, the 7 of Consciousness. And great achievement, the 1 of Events. Okay, so new supportive connections is nice, and I'm wondering if that's the person that's going to hold you accountable or who is going to give you support, if they're maybe not a long-standing friend, but someone who you've recently reconnected with or recently gotten to know. Discovery could be discovering this new person, or it could just be discovering your truth within you, discovering your true opinion, your true stance, your true beliefs, influenced by all of these other people around you that all want to have their say. Victim mentality obviously is something that needs to be overcome, something which leaves you trapped. But great achievement is telling me that's very possible. Whoa. Everyone, all of your cards are just jumping onto the floor today. So we've got new moon in Pisces, attuned to the divine, and first quarter moon in Libra, keep your heart open. So this is really nice because it goes back to the possibility to meet new people through keeping your heart open. And attuned to the divine was just what we were saying, wasn't it? With remaining calm, not fighting against circumstance, and being able to hear what your higher self wants to tell you or what your spiritual team wants to tell you. Not letting other people's nastiness pull you down and make you close your heart. So here we've got the people standing on the pedestal or the island in the sea, all holding different things. We've got someone holding a trophy. In fact, I think they're all various kinds of trophy or various kinds of like symbols of achievement. And this just brings me back again to that chess game card. It's like everyone trying to prove how they're better, or everyone trying to prove something. And it's like you're just pulling away from that in January. Okay, so then we have got clouds, temporary problems. That's nice because that tells us it's not anything that's going to really last in your life. We've got ring. A marriage will take place either romantic or business. Very interesting because the Two of Wands can sometimes point towards business partners. We have grasshopper. Situations in the balance that require careful handling. And finally, mule. Someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. Interesting. I'm wondering if that's going back to the fighting against change and fighting against chaos message. Okay, so that's your cards. We'll move on to your charms and dice now. Group 1. Definitely seems like a bit of a hectic month, and just the important thing is finding quiet time where you can hear yourself and drown out all of the voices of everyone else who's competing and proving themselves and showing off and justifying themselves, and you can just breathe and be happy. Wondering if you're sort of very influenced by colleagues or the family in January, or spending a lot of time with those kinds of people and they're really getting to you. So what have we got? We've got, yes, yoga and meditation. We've got the mindfulness charm right there. So it is so important to try and find quiet time and a quiet space. So like, you know, an alone time, private space. If you share with a house of people, maybe the bath might be your only private time or space, or even a shower. Just trying to find it where that you're not having your phone pinging, you're not having people needing things from you, you're not having people shout at you, talk at you, you know, whatever, just listening to yourself. We've got a feather there, so angels are around you. We've actually got a guardian angel showing up down here as well, and they are wrapped around the worry thread. So a guardian angel is helping you to manage your worries and anxieties in January. What's very interesting is that it's landing on new supportive connections. So either the angel is this goddess of oneness person who is sending you their support and strength and love, or the angel is working through someone else to provide this to you on the earthly plane. So that's a really lovely message. We have got the Diva Bunny, which I'm really pleased to see here, because the Diva Bunny talks about much ado about nothing, or making a mountain out of a molehill. So whenever we get that charm, it means that your worries are not going to come to pass, or whatever you're worrying about is not going to be as bad as you thought it would be. So it's either the bad outcome or bad process is diminished, or it doesn't happen at all. So this goes back really well to just enjoying the moment and trying not to worry about the future, because that thing might not even happen, or it might not work out as badly as you expected it to. We've got the shield, defending your energy, protecting yourself from people who drain your energy or damage your energy field. We have the Irish charm there, which is also a symbol of good luck, and that's landing on Ben 10, the creative luck card. So lovely little synchronicity there. We have got the gun. symbolic of any negative emotions that you might be carrying around with you. And obviously that ranges from sadness to anger to guilt to regret to shame. All kinds of negative emotions can be represented by that charm, but the important thing is to let them go, and to let them go with love and not carry them around in your pocket anymore. And the final charm that we've got is the frog, which is about being adaptable to new situations. And that is so fitting given that we've got this Idol of Chaos card, and how it's just so important to be flexible and let the tide move you wherever it needs to, so to speak, rather than you trying to fight against the tide. So we will get your dice on top now as well. Group 1. And we're going to roll the 5th set of dice for you. Those are the actions dice. These ones. Funny given that you're trying to rouse yourself into action in January. And we're going to roll 6 of them for you today. It could even be as simple as like you want to cut someone out of your life because you know that they're not good for you, but you just can't seem to bring yourself to do it because of you're afraid of the fallout, or you're not quite sure even what to say to make that happen. Oh wow, okay, so that one rolled quite far away. Let's start with that one. That went off the mat completely. That is the crying person, so someone who is just upset or just so frustrated that they just want to burst into tears because they've not been able to have an outlet for their emotions, or they've not been able to process their emotions properly. So expect tensions to fray. In January, we've got the thought bubble, so someone thinking, and I really do see you very much visualizing what you want in January, and it's like you just need to get ready to take the next step. Someone calling out, speaking your truth, making your needs known, giving or receiving a gift. Maybe some of you have a birthday coming up. This could be connected to the great achievement thing as well, you getting some kind of reward or award. And the person taking a big bite out of a burger. This just represents grabbing life by both hands and taking it for everything that it has to offer. So I like how these have all fit so far into your cards. And then the final one there is the person about to hit that ball with a bat. And to me, the ball in these dice always represents energy. And it's landing on victim mentality. So it's like taking that action to free you from that energy. And yeah, this particular dice hitting the ball with the bat is like sending energy out into the world, taking that initial action, taking that first swing towards what it is that you want. So possibly towards the end of the month, that's when you get a bit more momentum or a bit more energy and decisiveness towards achieving what it is that you want, or putting your plans and your needs into action. That's what I'm seeing in your reading today, Group 1. So my main advice for you in January is just to stay away from drama and conflict as much as humanly possible. Protect your energy field and focus on the people who really do care, or who really are supportive and loving towards you, and make sure that you make time to listen to yourself in quiet space if at all possible, or to practice mindfulness so that you have a way of processing those emotions and de-stressing and becoming calmer. So I really hope you've enjoyed this, Group 1. Please let me know in the comments what you thought of this reading, whether it resonated with you, and please do like, share and subscribe as well, because that really helps my channel. And if you would like to enter the giveaway, do so below. Make sure you're subscribed, otherwise your entry won't count, and comment below letting me know that you would like to enter. You can also go and enter on Instagram. And if you're a patron, you can enter a third time over on Patreon. And if you would like to get to know me better, or get more acquainted with the work that I do, then check out my comment in the comments section or the description box. You can follow me on Instagram for daily oracle cards. You can book a private reading or a healing session with me over on my Etsy page. I also offer information packs about guardian angels over there and your individual guardian angel. If you would like to donate to the channel, I have 2 wish lists below, one on Amazon and one an independent wish list for new tarot and oracle decks, and also sets of dice. I also have a PayPal link for tips and donations which support me in the work that I do here and help me to keep making these videos. I'd love it if you would head over to Patreon and consider becoming a patron over there. There you get access to exclusive content like extra picker cards and giveaways and healing sessions and other perks and things that I do, like getting to enter a third time into the giveaway today. And if you would like to get 10% off your first order of beautiful crystal jewelry, head over to Modern Day Manifestations. The link is in the description box to validate our unique discount code, which is Violet. And there you can get free international shipping, 10% off your first order of beautiful, beautiful crystal jewelry. And as I said before, they're very kindly offering this offer to Violet Stream Tarot viewers. So check out the link below and use discount code Violet at checkout. So thank you so much for being here today, Group 1. Have a lovely rest of your day. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye. Hey there, Group 2. Welcome to your reading if you chose Mr. Snowman and the Ramses Tarot of Eternity. This is going to be your reading. So we're going to see what is coming up for you in January, what you can expect, what's going on, etc. So good luck to everyone who enters the giveaway, and even if you're not entering, I would love it if you could subscribe if you haven't already. That is a requirement to enter the giveaway anyway, and it just means that you get notified of whenever I release a video so you never miss an upload, and also it helps out my channel a lot as well. So Group 2, what's coming up for you in January? Okay, so we've got the Empress as your first card. That's a nice opening to your reading. Then we have got the Ten of Pentacles. Ooh, equally nice. The Queen of Cups. And the Five of Wands. Okay, so we've got Taurus, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces showing up in your reading so far. So I definitely see January as a time of reconnecting with your body and your personal needs as well. So with the Empress and the Ten of Pentacles, there's this real strong focus on your health and beauty and fitness and things. So you might be getting into the gym or trying to improve your overall fitness, but it's not in a sense of like, I'm doing this because I hate the way I look. It's centering your worth. It's like, I'm doing this because I love myself, or I love my body and I want it to be in the best possible shape, or I want to do the best thing or make the right choices for it. So there's an element of love that's underpinning all of that. And with the Queen of Cups, you're also paying strong attention to your own emotional needs as well. Okay, and I can just see that there's a lot of goals surrounding your power, your health, your appearance, all of those things. You might be trying to get a new skincare routine sorted or implement one if you don't already have that. You might be looking to change your hair or your look in general, or just sort of improve the way that you care for your body, for example. And with the Five of Wands, I kind of feel like that's just saying that January might be a little bit stressful in some ways. We'll get more information when we get the Oracle cards, but the Five of Wands can be anything from disagreements with people to things not seeming to work out at the right time for you, to things like just people generally getting on your nerves, or people not helping you further your goals because they're so busy with their own stuff. So we'll see what the Oracle cards have to say, but that's a really nice opening to your reading. So we're going to start off with a message from Archangel Gabriel. Ooh, nice, happy news. Your prayer is answered in a creative way. That's really, really lovely. And of course, the Empress, and in some senses, the Ten of Pentacles are very creative cards. So it's nice to have that because that chimes really well with the Empress. But yeah, your prayer is answered in a creative way. So possibly, obviously a prayer being answered, or a wish being granted potentially, or just something working out really well, or you having something that you can tell people about very happily, news that you are really happy to share, something to celebrate. Ooh. Tarantula. Wow, let's take a look at the guidebook because I can't remember the last time I pulled that card. So we'll see what Tarantula has to say. It is a fire element card. Oh, okay. So Tarantula is about being at a crossroads, claiming one's life purpose. So it says the tarantula represents a moment when a great decision must be made. It involves prioritizing your life's deeper purpose or dharma. A habit or routine from the past is sidetracking you from your dream, yet a voice inside keeps begging you to refocus your attention. In order to find true happiness, you must choose Dharma. Until you do, satisfaction will be fleeting. The tarantula hovers patient and calm like an old friend that knows your inner soul. It already knows you'll choose wisely. When in balance, this person follows intuition. When out of balance, they hesitate or over-intellectualize their situation. And to bring themselves back into balance, they should engage in daily journaling. So that might be something that you recognize within your own self. Maybe you're starting a bullet journal, for example, in January, or you're just trying to maybe start a diary or just be more organized more generally. But that's a nice card. I like how it's sort of mentioning at a crossroads, because I don't really see it as like a stressful thing so much. I just see it as you deciding what's important to you and what isn't, and really following your heart in that sense. So the Five of Wands could represent certain things falling away when you realize that it's not furthering your growth, or you're just not getting the benefit out of it that you want to be versus the effort that you're putting into it. Thank you, Gjord. So we have De syv himmelske dele, nøglerne til godhed, and this means the 7 heavenly virtues, the keys to goodness. So it's basically you putting in good practices to ensure that you have the best possible results. Ultimately, it feels as though you're trying to follow karma, essentially. Like, you don't want to incur negative karma. You want to make the right choices for everyone's highest good. You want to be able to look back and have no regrets, and to think, yeah, I acted out of my morality, or I have the moral high ground in this situation. I don't regret my behavior at all, etc. So that's sort of at least in the background of your mind in January. Trying to do right, or to be a good person. We have the golden path within, and that's so interesting because that's about following your intuition, and obviously that works well with this card, but it fits so well with the tarantula message, and also with the Queen of Cups, for example. So following your intuition leads to great results in January. Trying not to over-intellectualize. I think that was an interesting message from the tarantula, because it's like you can talk yourself out of following your intuition, or you can logic your way out of your subconscious feelings, but those instincts and those feelings and that conscience is there for a reason, you know? We've got the Lookout in reverse, number 17. I'm just going to use the guidebook for this one because I haven't used this deck for a while, and I'm forgetting the reversed meanings. So this one says that the Lookout in reverse means that he may have seemed to have fallen and lost his position, but he's now free from the heat of the battle. You may find yourself in the throes of a sudden and difficult loss, perhaps a job, a relationship, or a major opportunity. As painful and challenging as it might seem, it is truly a gift in disguise. This loss actually takes you out of a conflict and sets you free to reach for an even higher opportunity. You don't have to be on the defensive any longer. You're on your way to a larger-than-life life. Now that fits well with the Five of Wands, and also with the tarantula in the context of it being a crossroads card, because I just felt that you were very focused on what didn't need to be in your life anymore, that you were just naturally seeing things start to fall away, or naturally feeling yourself guided away from some things and towards other things in January. And I kind of feel like this might have already happened in December, or in the run-up to January, like you are already sort of in the throes of this situation, and January is where it all starts to fall away. So we have status quo in the reverse, the Two of Cycles, so shaking up the status quo, literally. And we have the Loving Woman, the Six of People. So maybe a woman or a someone with a predominantly feminine energy who loves you, who is around you, who is supportive of you at this time. Or maybe you are the loving woman showing your care towards another. Let's get you a message from the masculine and feminine in January. I think that's a good place to spring off onto this. So your message from the masculine is focus. So basically clear determination, a clear idea of what you're here to achieve. Maybe you've set your goals or your resolutions for the new year and you're just determined to stick to that. And it feels so good because, you know, we mentioned about the crossroads and the going down a certain path. It's very determined. It's very like, this is where I'm going and I know this is correct. And I'm not letting other people talk me out of it, or I'm not letting myself logic my way out of it. I'm just following it and I know that that's correct. Like the Empress, she doesn't need anyone else's opinion and she doesn't need to justify her choices to anyone else. She just does what she knows is right within her own self. And your message from the feminine is Parvati, spirit. So literally following your spirit, following your intuition. Even if it feels illogical, group 2, because I kind of get the feeling that you're going to be feeling as though your intuitive calls in January, as I said, are maybe not logical, or they might be, for example, pulling you away from something that looks good on paper. If you were to do a pros and cons list, it's like it's pulling you towards the thing that seems like it has the most cons. But ultimately it's about what you feel comfortable doing, and it's about what your subconscious is telling you. So here we've got number 50, der Götze der Kontrolle, the idol of control, and number 31, Nähe, closeness or intimacy. Okay, so the idol of control is basically don't be a slave to trying to control everything. You know, when you feel like something's out of your control and it makes you feel panicked, that's when you're a slave to the idol of control, because it means that when you feel out of control, everything just starts collapsing around you. It's quite a hard thing to work your way out of, but when you can, it is really, really freeing. And Nähe, intimacy, suggests that there is someone that you're growing closer to. So this could be this loving woman, or you being the loving woman in this situation. It could be just enjoying getting closer to yourself. You know, as we've mentioned with the Empress and the Queen of Cups and Ten of Pentacles, there seems to be a lot of treasuring the self and your needs and placing a real strong focus on that. Or of course it could be a romantic partnership or a deepening relationship with another person. So here we have it's not even a number, last quarter moon in Sagittarius. Practice gratitude. So be very aware of the things that you're grateful for and express gratitude for them each day if possible. Last quarter moon in Capricorn, leave the past behind. Yes, literally, it's like we're at that crossroads point and we're leaving behind a certain choice or a certain path in favor of what holds the most benefit for us in the future. Then we have ohne Wurzeln ist alles nichts. Without roots, everything is nothing. It's a bit clunky in English, but it basically means nothing exists without roots. Or nothing would be anything without roots. You need to be grounded in order to grow. Otherwise you're just sort of floating about aimlessly and, you know, drifting in the ether. So remember that, remember to ground. Ptice принесет, the bird will bring something, and that is the 8 of arrows. And as you can see, in this instance, the bird is bringing a scroll, so that could be important communication, important documents. It could be this happy news that we're talking about, something coming your way that you need to hear, or some kind of opportunity that you've really been waiting for. even if you weren't consciously aware that that was the case. So here we've got, yes, people going in different directions. This is literally it. This is like a high-speed motorway, and all these little bugs are going in different directions. So when I get this, I think of divergence, and I think of making different choices. I think of the crossroads, which seems to be the keyword, or one of the keywords for this reading today. And we've got the person who is battling stormy seas, but there's a rainbow and they're smiling. They don't seem at any point stressed or, worried by this experience. So it's like dealing with conflict or dealing with change, but doing so in a way that is very peaceful and very zen and calm, and just reminding yourself that this too shall pass, or that, nothing lasts forever. And so it's important that we keep moving on, keeping yourself grounded, so that you're not being bashed about all over the place energetically. Really like that card. It's such an optimistic card. And then from these cards, see what we've got. If I just try and keep them in the order they fell out. We have got March, so the month of March. Although the snowdrops in it usually come out in January, so that's an interesting link to this month. We've got Hat, you will be playing a different role. Yes, so this feeling of change and, making different choices. Eagle, triumph over troubles and obstacles. Yes. Literally what we're seeing here. We've also got October and Goldfish, increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. So those are all quite straightforward. With March and October, whenever we get any sort of timing coming in, it can either be when a process started or when it completed. It could be that you are making plans in January that involve the coming March or October. It could mean that you're still very affected in January by something that happened in October. Just apply any cards or charms or anything about timing to your own understanding of what that will likely mean for you in this month. So we move on now to your charms. Group 2 will see what they have to say for you. So we've got the fish there. Interesting because you got the goldfish card, but the fish represents Pisces, and it represents going with the flow, not fighting against the storm or changes or the tide. We've got the dragonfly, which is a fire elemental, and it is symbolic of good luck. We have also got imaginative, which is the reverse of the Cancer charm. So Cancer and Pisces showing up there. We've also got a little bunny, which is about playfulness. That can be indicative as well of someone who is born in the Chinese year of the rabbit being somehow important in your life. It could even represent you in this month. We have compatible hearts there, which is really sweet. Does seem like you guys are in a relationship or you're growing closer to someone in January. We have got faith and trust, hope. Hard work leads to sweet rewards with that honeybee there. You've got the chivalry charm as well, which represents keeping your promises you've made to yourself or to others. If you've told someone that you'll do something, make sure you follow through with it. If you've promised yourself you're not going to do this, make sure you stick to it. You've definitely got that determination in January. We've also down here got the Hanged Man. So taking your time to come to a decision. Obviously that fits well again with that crossroads message. And we've got the Snowflake Obsidian Ball, which refers to overcoming obstacles, which obviously is what the Eagle card was telling you, triumph over obstacles and troubles. So let's see what your dice have to say now. So we're rolling the third set of dice for you, and those are the mystery dice. These ones, there's a spider there. Interesting. And we're rolling 7 of these dice for you today, so that's nearly all of them. There's only 9. Okay. Okay, so interesting. We've got the person who doesn't want to talk, the person who's keeping quiet about something, and also the person who's like suspicious or doubtful. So this could mean that someone is being secretive and you're suspicious of them, or someone is being cagey, and that means that you're not going to trust them in this month. You're like, well, if that's how you're going to be, then, you know, I'm not going to follow through with whatever I said I was going to. It could just be that you're not being very open about how you're feeling with others in this month. We've got the trapdoor, which is symbolic of feeling like the rug is pulled out from under your feet, feeling like you haven't got much time to adapt to change. So change could come quite suddenly in January. Even if it's positive change, you might feel a little bit shaken up by the suddenness of the change. We have resurrection. The zombie hand there, coming back from the dead, or giving yourself or another person a second chance. Triumph, you know, not being defeated or knocked down for very long. We have over-analyzing a situation. So absolutely this message of over-intellectualizing is definitely coming through as a caveat for you in January. We have the DNA. Maybe some of you are delving into your family history or your ancestry in January. That's also just a symbol of the family more generally, especially when it comes to like older family members or your past, for example, childhood. But just in general, it can be like, you know, the family are important in January, the family are causing conflicts, the family is where this happy news is coming in, someone having a baby, or that news is within the family, for example. And then finally, we've got the TV, the television. So that's about having fun, it's about leisure, it's about relaxing and entertainment, and just in general also can be learning things, but without a serious study vibe to it, just, you know, learning things that are interesting. So that's what I'm seeing in your reading today, group 2. I really hope you've enjoyed it. Good luck to everyone who is joining the giveaway today. And please let me know in the comments what you thought of this video. I would love to hear whether it resonated with you. And please do like, share and subscribe as well if you enjoyed this, because that helps me to get seen more on YouTube, and it's a nice way to show appreciation for the work that I do here. If you're interested in what I do here on the channel and you would like to get more involved, then do check out the comment that I post in the comments section below, and also the description box as well. They're both full of links. So I would love it if you would head over to Patreon and consider becoming a patron over there. You get access to exclusive content like extra picker cards, giveaways, healing sessions, and other things that I do. And of course, if you join within the next 48 hours, you might get a chance to join the giveaway a third time. You can follow me on Instagram for daily oracle cards in your feed. You can head over to my Etsy page to book a private reading or a healing session with me. And I also offer information about your guardian angel over there as well. If you'd like to donate to the channel, then I have a PayPal link for tips and donations, which support me in the work that I do and help me to keep making these videos. Any amount is very gratefully appreciated and received. I also have 2 wish lists linked below for new tarot and oracle decks, and also sets of dice if you'd like to send a gift to the channel. And also head over to shop Modern Day Manifestations, the link is below, to get 10% off your first order of beautiful handmade crystal jewelry with free international shipping. The discount code is Violet, but in order to validate that code, you need to use the link in the description or in the comment below. So head over there. They're really beautiful pieces of jewelry, and I thoroughly recommend them. Have a lovely rest of your day, you guys. Thank you so much for being here and spending your time with me today. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye. Hey there, group 3, welcome to your reading. If you chose Miss Robin and the Tarot in Wonderland, this is going to be your reading, so we'll see what's coming up for you in January. I would love it if you could subscribe if you haven't already, group 3, and good luck to everyone who enters the giveaway as well today. Okay, so we have got the Four of Pentacles as your first card there. Then we've got the Eight of Swords, the Page of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius showing up in your reading so far. We might get some more as we go through the reading. But what I can see is this definite sense of like wanting to make a change in your life. With the Four of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords, it's kind of symbolic of you feeling a bit stuck or a little bit like things could be better in my life right now. I'm a bit unsatisfied, or I'm a bit like, you know, things could be improving. And the Page of Cups represents your imagination, your ability to visualize the life that you would want. And the Queen of Wands is your ability to manifest it. Okay, so there is definitely the opportunity here to improve your life in January, to bring things towards you. I'm kind of getting actually with these two cards together a bit of a spell casting vibe. So some of you might actually be talented magically and able to cast spells to achieve what you want in your life beyond just pure manifestation. I do get the sense with the Four of Pentacles as well that money is also very much on your mind. So this could be that you've spent a lot over the holiday period and now you're a little bit skint in January, which a lot of people are. So, you know, you definitely won't be the only person in that boat in this month. But I think I'm actually hearing more like saving. So that could be, you know, feeling a little bit low on your money could be a message for some of you. But when I saw that card, I immediately heard saving. And it's almost like I'm not just maybe, for example, cutting down on the types of things I buy or cutting down on buying generally so as to save money just in my day-to-day. It feels like saving with a purpose. So especially combined with the message of trying to improve your life in some way, I'm wondering if some of you are trying to save money so that you can buy a home, for example, or trying to save money to like improve your standard of life. Maybe if you save enough money, you'll be able to have, I don't know, I just heard operation, so a particular operation that could help you have more of a better standard of living, or maybe you'll be able to move to a better area or buy a bigger house or get a house with a garden, or get some piece of equipment that would really help you in your daily life. It's like you're really saving with a purpose, or you're really thinking about your money and thinking, okay, what could I get with this money if I was trying to buy a house, or if I was going on holiday, or if I was, you know, trying to buy a particular thing, what would be the best thing I could get? How do I make my money work for me is the sort of thoughts that I've got. So Archangel Gabriel says, listen only to love in January. Don't allow fear to distract you from your divine mission. That's very interesting, especially if, you know, like I said, there are money worries or there are health concerns. Don't allow fear to distract you from making the right choices for you. Recognize the difference between fear-based thoughts and thoughts based in love. So we've got camel as your animal totem for January. Then that's an interesting card because camel has this very strong connotation of endurance. And that works well with this symbol of saving that I was getting for you. And obviously camels, they can have like a little bit of water and it'll last them a very long time. That's what their humps are for, is for storing water. And so it's like you are managing well on very little, or you're making what you have work for you, or you are, you know, persevering with your goals because you're very hardworking and you want to make sure that you get some good recompense for that. So if we just look at camel in the guidebook here, it says resourceful, independent, and knowing oneself. The camel can handle absolutely anything, as it carries a wealth of nourishment within. This wondrous creature is self-reliant and handles challenge with ease. Even in the face of excess heat, in brackets judgment or anger, the camel searches inside for the cool elixir of water to calm the situation. The camel represents the ultimate form of bringing opposites into balance, fire and water, and being responsible for one's own reactions. The camel is a wonderful traveller and is especially fond of trips to faraway lands. When in balance, this person is calm, content, and has a sparkle in their eye. When out of balance, they are dehydrated or they lack vitality. And to bring themselves back into balance, they require a pilgrimage. So there could be traveling going on, or the desire to travel in January. Okay, so we've got great achievement in the reverse there. The one of events. So I'm wondering if you're working towards a great achievement. I didn't feel when this, because it kind of landed upright and then it flipped round. I didn't feel that this was you missing out on an achievement or anything like that. It feels more like you're working towards a great achievement, or you're very aware of what you want to achieve, and you might feel time pressure to do that, or you might not be sure exactly what steps to take in order to achieve that, but you've at least got the goal in mind. So here we have setting your course, the Three of Scrolls, absolutely. So it's like seeing very clearly what it is that you want. And there's that connotation of travel or motion again. So there could be traveling going on really in January, or booking a trip, or like I said, moving house, or having that on your mind at least in January. And then number 4, birth. So new beginnings. And that's a very creative card as well. And it can also symbolize some of you maybe trying to conceive a child, or trying to maybe settle down and start a family. Page of Cups can represent a child. So here you have potentiële. Tänk stort den framtid. And this makes so much sense because it's literally what I was talking about, potential. Think big about your future. So here we've got this image of the visualization, you being able to see that dream home or that dream lifestyle, or how you want your life to change, the sort of goals that you want to go towards. And you might not be aware, as I said, of all the steps you need to take in order to achieve that, or you might be. But the important thing is that you've got that vision, and you know that you've got potential. Potential is one of my favorite words, you guys. So I love that you've got that word there. You've got the drive, definitely. Like with that camel card, you clearly have the drive to get what you want. You've clearly got the hard work and the ambition and the endurance, especially to get you there. Emotions. Okay, so there could be some heavy emotions in January. I actually just heard trauma. So maybe some of you are undergoing healing for trauma. Or some of you just, reminiscing on past experiences that were less than joyful, perhaps. And this also goes in well with the 8 of Swords, that feeling of entrapment or that feeling of uncertainty, and also the Page of Cups, like that just heightens any feelings that you have, and it talks about the depth of your ability to experience emotions. You might be one of these people that, even if you don't show it externally, really feels emotions to the core. So there's a lot of deep feelings going on in January. I just feel like a lot of brooding. It feels like you're spending a lot of time thinking. You're thinking about your future. You're imagining what you want it to be like. You might not be discussing this or sharing this with anyone, but you're thinking a lot about your past, about your future, about your present, what needs to change, what do you want? What do you want to achieve? Where do you want to go? All of those things. So I'm going to get you a message from the masculine and feminine now, group 3, but I feel January is very focused on self-discovery. Oh, okay, you've got 2, but one of them fell on the floor. Okay, so I've picked her up now. So we have Aditi, creation, fits so well with the creative vibe of the Page of Cups and the Queen of Wands, and of course the birth card. And then Durga, boundaries. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So that's so interesting because of how I felt you might not be sharing your plans with a lot of people. Like you maybe don't want to let people in on what you're thinking and feeling. Maybe it's that you're going to be a lot more strict with people as you move into the new year. Whoa, your cards are just flying out so quickly. Shiva, Destroyer. Wow. Okay, so your message from the masculine is Shiva, Destroyer. Okay, so group 3, there's a clear understanding and need as to what you need to do, and a clear acknowledgement of what does not deserve to be in your life anymore. You might not quite yet have not the power, but you might not quite yet have the will or the energy to release that. But at least you can recognize what doesn't serve you anymore, or what doesn't need to be in your life anymore. So here we have number 57, der Götze der Verliebtheit, the idol of being in love. And number 37, Unschuld, innocence. So the idol of being in love is where you feel a slave to the idea of being in love, or a slave to your partner, or to your feelings of love, or just your feelings generally. So you could be one of those people that's an eternal romantic, because I do pick up on that with the Page of Cups, that there's always this sort of hopeful, youthful idealist within you that's just, you know, wanting to be swept off your feet, or wanting that ideal person to jump out at you. And I kind of get this sense of disillusionment almost as we go into January, because you either haven't found that person, or your current partner just doesn't live up to those standards at all. And, you know, obviously it's important that you have firm boundaries, and that you don't settle for anyone who has red flags or deal breakers, you know, or any sort of negative behavior, or with whom you're incompatible or just unhappy. But I do have this message coming through, like a channeled message of saying, like, be aware, just be very wary that you're not always idealizing imaginary partners. So you could be someone, for example, you might have something like, I don't know, Eros in Pisces or something, and so you're always attracted to this idea of the imaginary and the ideal, because obviously an imaginary partner, whoever you fantasize about, they can't upset you, they can't ever, you know, say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing. They're always going to be making the perfect decisions and saying just the right thing at the right moment. And so obviously when you compare any real partner to that imaginary partner, they're almost always going to be compared unfavorably, because they're going to have flaws, obviously. And so it's saying enjoy fantasizing, absolutely, and enjoy that, and don't settle for any less than you deserve. But equally, remind yourself if you feel that you're getting caught in that vicious cycle of like expecting too much from someone and then comparing them unfavorably to their imaginary counterpart, and then just getting more and more resentment in that situation. So then you think more about your fantasies, and then you know, keep comparing that person unfavorably. Or just in general, like people that you meet in love. And innocence is just reminding you of your innocence. And I do sense this childlike vibe from you, that however old you are, you always keep this sense of hope, or this optimism, or this idealism around with you, and you're being reminded in January that something is not your fault. Okay, so if there is any situation where you're suffering, you know, it's going back, I think, to this trauma message that I picked up on from emotions, or just, you know, maybe someone's upset you and you're really brooding on that. It's just a reminder that that's not your fault. You've done nothing wrong in that situation. Okay, so then we have this card, which says, was auf Erden ist, ist zugleich auch im Himmel und in der Ewigkeit. That's a really sweet card from the Earth Elementals that says, whatever is on Earth is also in heaven, or in the sky, however you want to interpret it, and in eternity. So it's like the permanence of things, and recognizing that there is divinity to be experienced on this earth. It's not all just mundane stuff. It's not all just, you know, temporal things that flip past. It's things that really can be eternal, or really can be beautiful, or we can see the divine or the perfect behind it. Sort of reminding me a little bit of Plato's theory of forms, if any of you have any knowledge of that. Could just be really noticing the divine in everything, in January. Куда лететь? Makes so much sense, where to fly to. And that's the 3 of arrows, if that has any meaning for you. Where to fly to, obviously you chose Miss Robin, so there is this sense of, if not chiming with birds, then maybe having some air energy within you, or this just desire to fly and to move. So obviously we've got lots of travel messages in your reading, but it's not just about physically traveling or moving house. It's also about, what do I do next? What decision is right for me? What's the right path to follow? What's the right path to achieving my goals? We have got first quarter moon in Cancer. Push through any insecurity. So anything that might be holding you back from achieving those goals, any issues with confidence. And first quarter moon in Leo, be humble. And I do feel that you are humble. Like, I don't feel at all from these cards that you're someone who is, you know, arrogant or who brags about themselves at all. So I don't think it's really much about being humble before other people. I think it's just about being humble before the divine and kind of, you know, spreading yourself out and being like, here I am, you know, here I am, and I'm open to you and I'm listening to you, and I relinquish my control, or I acknowledge that I don't know everything, or that even if I know some things, I might not know the full picture, or I might not know the path to get there. And so I'm humbling myself before you and asking you to show me the way. So this is an interesting image. We've got what looks like a sort of a witch or a mermaid or a fairy holding a banjo or some kind of stringed instrument, and these children are all following her, and they could be in the air or they could be underwater. They're sort of like floating, and they're being obviously drawn to follow her. So it's like being seduced or being drawn down a certain path. And normally I would interpret that in quite a negative way, because it looks like she's manipulating them or she's carrying them off to a place where they might not want to be. But I actually feel this is more to do with you being able to draw what's needed towards you without very much blockages or resistance there. So that's the Queen of Wands coming up, like I mentioned. And you have got an incredible amount of cards here, but I'll just take them all, honestly, because these are just little cards and they can just point towards small things or influences in your January. So we have Ear, good news. That's great. Great start. Wreath, sorrow over a loss. Mountain, major challenge to overcome. Fly, a period of ill health, depression. So it could be physical or mental health. Dog, close up. Pleasure with a close friend. Valley, deep personal strength and peace that assure success. Tankard, celebration, fun, enjoyment. Tulip, great passion. Needle and thread, a sincere wish will be granted. Lovely. Fair woman, dealings or relationship with a woman with blonde, grey or white hair. Yoke, feeling tied down or frustrated. That fits well with the 8 of Swords. And Apple, temptation will test you. Wow. That could hark back to that card again. So that's what I'm seeing with your cards. We'll move on now to your charms, group 3. So those are all like little things that are all playing in to your year ahead. Not your year ahead, sorry, your month ahead. We'll do your charms and then your dice. Okay, so we have got a reason to celebrate there with the champagne glass. That's nice because we did get something about that down here. So a reason to celebrate, and that could feed into the great achievement card. We have the octopus, lots of responsibilities or lots of things that you want to do, and just needing to focus in on them. We've got the Father Christmas charm and also the Christmas tree, and obviously they're both connected to winter, so they're wintertime charms. January, if you're in the northern hemisphere, is the winter, but if you're not in the northern hemisphere, then that's referring to the previous or coming winter. So either making plans for that winter or being affected by something that happened in that winter. We've got worry and anxiety there with the worry thread, but also healing and being guided down the right path and to make the right choices. Optimism, faith, confidence, trust. We have an earth elemental popping up for you there, which is really sweet. And he's reminding you that you don't need to do anything in the way that other people do. It's fine to not be mainstream. It's fine to be different and to forge your own path. You don't need to follow other people's recommendations or prescriptions. We've got the chair, which is about the household. So there really could be quite a lot of you looking to move house, or at least to improve your living space. Red Riding Hood, don't let anyone pull you off your path. You know where you're going, you know where you want to go. Don't let anyone discourage you or try to distract you or pull you away from your goals. You have the crow, which is the symbol of the goddess Morrigan, Celtic goddess of war and battles and conflict and death. She's around you, helping you to navigate all of the choices and obstacles that you have to face in the coming months. Can also be helping you with your boundaries as well. And we've got the peacock, luxury, center of attention. This could come in where that being humble message is all about. It's like, enjoy your successes, but don't let them dazzle you so much that you lose momentum to keep moving on to the next thing, because I really have this sense that you've got so far to go, group 3, and that you've got so much that you can achieve that it would be such a waste if you ended up holding yourself back or even delaying that incredible experience. So we'll do your dice now as well to finish up your reading. So we're going to be rolling the 4th set of dice for you. Those are the Looney Tunes dice. These ones. That's a 0, so I'm going to roll again. And we're rolling 2 dice for you today, so not very many. But we wouldn't want to get contradictory or unhelpful messages by rolling all of them. Okay, so here we've got Wile E. Coyote. Someone who always feels like a failure or feels like he's not getting on in life. And it's interesting that that's landing on the idol of being in love, because that suggests that you feel, even if you've got, you know, great success in other areas of your life, you feel as though your love life is an area where you are failing, or where you just don't seem to be having the same success as other people, or the kind of success that you would want to have, being, you know, maybe a romantic or an idealist. And then we've got the pie. Makes me think of having fingers in pies, like lots of different things going on, lots of different skews. And it also means nourishment and taking care of yourself and doing what's right for you and your body and your well-being. So that's what I'm seeing in your reading today, group 3. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Please let me know in the comments what you thought of the reading, whether it resonated with you, and good luck to everyone who is entering the giveaway today as well. And it's going to last for 48 hours, so you know you've got time to enter if it's not the first day that you're watching this. Do like, share and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, because that really helps me to get seen more on YouTube, and it is a nice way to show your appreciation for the work that I do if you enjoy my videos and the work that I do on the channel. And if you'd like to get more involved with what I do here, then check out my description box or the comment that I post in the comments section, because they're full of links. So you can follow me on Instagram for daily oracle cards. I would love it if you would head over to Patreon and consider becoming a patron. Over there, obviously you can enter the giveaway a 3rd time, but you can also get access to exclusive content like extra picker cards and other giveaways and healing sessions and other things that I do over there. You can head over to my Etsy page to book a private reading or a healing session with me, or to get information about your guardian angel. If you'd like to donate to the channel, that would be very kind of you. I have my PayPal link for tips and donations, which support me in the work that I do and help me to keep making these videos. And I've also got tarot and oracle and dice wish lists. I've got one on Amazon and one independently, which are linked down below. And if you would like to get 10% off your first order of beautiful handmade crystal jewelry, then head over to Modern Day Manifestations. The link is in the description box. They offer free international shipping, and they're very kindly giving 10% off to all Violet Stream Tarot viewers on their first order. So click the link down below to validate the discount code and then apply the discount code VIOLET at checkout to get that 10% off. Their jewelry is really beautiful and I thoroughly recommend them. So thank you so much again for being here with me today, Group 3. Have a lovely rest of your day. Take care of yourselves and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.